Hello everybody, we are back for part 2. The last video y'all seen where I did the ear warmer. So now we're just going to add on the bow. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please hit the subscribe button. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. And again, this is the page of Things of the Things, and my name is Amber Kelly, and today we are going to do a tutorial on just how to do the bow and attach it. I think I'm just going to do all my talking right here, and I'm just going to turn on the music and kind of speed this up, and I will meet you back when we are done. Okay, we're back. So we did 31 rows. That means going back and forth 31 times. And this is what it should look like. We did all E-wrap. So this is what it should look like. Okay. So we're going to now put the stitches back on, and I'm going with this first one. So all of them need to have a top and a bottom. So that one goes to that one, and I only used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I only used 6 pegs. You could use 8. It would be a larger. If you use 8, it would be a larger bow, but nothing's wrong with a larger bow. Now I will say working with this can get confusing, but just long as all of the pegs have a top and a bottom all the way across. So we're just going to knit off, bring the top over the bottom, and we are basically almost done. This takes way less time. And as you see, I took the yarn off the anchor peg. So what I'm going to do is, all you need to do is just cut enough to be able to wrap around. So I cut off this much, if you can see that. So then we're just going to move the yarn that's coming from the skein to the side, because we may need it, but then we may not need it. So we're just going to keep that on standby. Like I said, we did do 31 rows, so we're just going to pick through each peg and pull that yarn through. And as I'm doing that, I'm going to start taking them off. You don't have to use this loom. You can use a flower loom too as well. So it's totally up to you. You can use a preemie loom. You do not, because you're only going to use 6 to 8 pegs. So a baby hat loom or a preemie hat loom, whichever one. Now you're going to have 2 ends, a shorter end that came from the anchor peg and the end that came from the skein. And what you also want to do is kind of go ahead and shape your bow, because it may look a little funky right now, but you know, when you're first doing it, and you just pull the stitches together. So instead of, because normally I do my bows like this and it has this on the end. Well, I don't want my bow to have that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up, and I'm actually going to put that in the middle. Get all my, and I'm still going to pull it again, and just to make sure that it is even, you can fold it in half just like that. And I'm going to grab the yarn that came from the skein, the yarn that came from the anchor peg, and I'm going to kind of like pinch it, and you can see that it is kind of got like a little dentation to it. I'm just going to roll that around, and I'm actually going to bring it in front and just wrap it around. Now, and you make sure you wrap that smaller part within this bigger yarn, the yarn that's coming from the skein, that will cover it. Now you can make the middle of your bow as thick as you want, as thin as you want. You can wrap as many times as you want. You can actually do it another color if you want. But like I said, we're just gonna go through the motions. And what you want to make sure is that you want to make sure that middle part is covered. So I'll do it again. So what we don't want to show is this part. So again, pull it, because that kind of like closes it up. Okay, and you're just going to pinch it. Well, bring it to the opposite side. Opposite side, pinch it, do it just like that, pinch it, and twist it around in a circle. So then you're going to go around, and again, you need to make sure you cover that middle part that you don't want to show. Or if it's still showing after you have wrapped it, just put that side on the side that will be on the headband and not the side that will be showing. So, and I'm done wrapping. So like I said, we're going to fluff out, get everything together, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one end, leave this at the top, bring this to the bottom, and I'm actually going to tie a knot. That way I know for sure that it is not going anywhere. Now again, if you're using like a size, and then we can just weave that in, or you can just cut that off, but you know, so I'm going to take my yarn and I'm going to put it through my tapestry needle, and I'm going to get my ear warmer and I'm just going to poke it through. So it's up to you where you want your ear warmer, the bow on the ear warmer to go. It's totally up to you. And just pull it through. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie a knot. And because the knot is small, you will still be able to see that the ear warmer can come apart from this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my one side of the yarn and I'm going to put it through the ear warmer, and I'm actually going to bring it across here. And I'm actually going to pierce through here because I don't want this to move. So I'm just going to pierce it through. And as you can see, I grabbed this. So I grabbed part of the bow. And I'm going to do the same side, do the same thing for the same side. And then I'm going to bring them back through there, and I'm going to make another knot. So just like we did before, we're going to push it through and grab a chunk of the bow. Okay. And then we're going to go to the bottom of it, the bottom of the bow. So we don't necessarily want to be going over this again. We want to go next to it, so go down a little bit And we're going to do the same thing for the other side. So go down below, pinch the part of the bow, bring it through, and there you go. So like I said, you can make it as tight and as loose as you want it to. You don't necessarily have to tie down the bow part. This could actually be loose. That's just something that I do. So I'm going to tie it again to ensure that this bow does not go anywhere. And I'm not going to do it tight, because if you do it tight, it's going to bunch up and I don't want it to do that. So okay, so I'm going to make another knot. And I'm going to cut it, and there we go. And like I said, this part that is kind of like showing right here, you can push that in under it, or you can go on the inside of here and you can actually pull it through. So there we go. So like I said, I hope you like this tutorial. If you like this tutorial, please give me a thumbs up. And as always, happy looming. Bye.